Hello, my name is Teclis, and today we're going to be looking at a tutorial on how to do better jumping. Now, jumping isn't too hard to do in Project Spark. You press A, you jump, or whatever button you have assigned to it. Man, that blacksmith just can't stand goblins. But I'm going to be looking at a better way to do jumping. A way that you can press and hold A, and you can charge a jump to get more height. This gives you more mobility, a little more freedom for vertical movement. And it also requires a little more skill because you have to time your jumps right. So, this isn't a super hard tutorial, so let's dive into it. Alright, let's open up our character's brain. And I'm going to remove all the code that made him jump so I can redo it. There we go. So one of the first things you'll need to do, that I've already done, is go to whatever your line of code is for jumping, like when A press jump, and you'll need to remove that. Next, we're going to define how high you jump in code. That way we can change it. So jump height equals, let's do jump, come on keyboard, height. There. Next, let's establish how high jump height is at the start. Now, the way this is going to work, jump height at its minimum should be about as high as a character can jump without charging. So, I actually didn't mean to do that. So, let's see, jump height is going to be equal to 2. 2 is pretty close to what your character, what they can jump at by default. So once the character jump height is equal to 2. Now, let's add the commands. So, when A pressed, we're going to need to do a Boolean variable called jump. Oh my goodness. My keyboard's been working so well, and now it's acting flaky. Come on. Maybe the battery's dying or something. Anyway, jump equals true. And now we're going to do the opposite. Jump equals, or when it's released, jump equals false. So, when it's pressed, jump equals true. When it's released, jump equals false. So now, what happens when it's true? So when jump is equal to true, this is where the magic happens. We're going to do a looping timer, so we're going to put it for 0.1 seconds and make it loop. Next, we're going to have our jump height incremented up by a 1, 0.1. So, that's the basics of it right there. Now, when we release, we need to do a couple of things. First, we want the character to jump, which I need to be under 2. Just saw that. I thought I was under. There we go. So we want him to jump, and then directly under that, we want to reset our jump height back to 2. There we go. So this should function as is. I'm going to create a quick little display so we can see exactly what our number is doing, our jump height number, as we test this. So right now it is at 2. If you can see the 2 there in the middle of the screen, that's what it says. Let me get rid of this guy. Wow, I'm a bad shot. Come on. There. So when I just tap it, no problem. But when I press and hold, it charges up. Now, this will charge endlessly. It will just keep charging and keep charging. So what we need to do is we need to make the timer stop charging once it gets to, I don't know, like let's say 5. 5 is a pretty good number. Because if not, someone can just keep holding and get up to 25 and get massive air which if that's what you want to do, go for it. But that's not what most people want their worlds to be, because you could just keep holding it until it hit a couple of hundred, and then you can jump anywhere you want it on the whole map. We also want to add some visual cues to let the player know how charged their jump is. But first, when jump height is less than or equal to, let's do 5. Now the way this all will work out is that it'll actually charge to 5.1. Something to keep in mind if you're getting really technical. I'm not exactly sure why it quite does that, but it will charge to 5.1. If you need it to end exactly at 5, then you want to make this 4.9. Next, let's add some visual cues. So let's go to right here, when jump equals true, and when jump height is greater than or equal to, let's do 2.5 at first, so that when you start charging it, it tells you right away, but it won't show this indicator. It won't show the indicator if you just tap it. I like to use these sparks over here, right here. These are pretty good indicators. So I'm going to use spark neutral, and I'm going to put this at the foot. So I'm going to at socket, left foot. I'm also going to create a child line of code. Play effect, spark neutral, at socket. And instead of left foot, we're going to do a right foot. Now I also want an auditorial cue. So we're going to put started. And we want some sort of, not an annoying or aggressive sound, just like a little indicator sound. So I'm going to do, oh, come on. You know, I think I need to change the battery on this keyboard. Whatever, I'll just type it out. Magic. A lot of good sound effects are under magic. So we're going to scroll through these until we find one that we like. Let's go with that one. We also want it to be overlapping, since it's a sound effect. We want it to play every time, even if other sounds are playing. So, when jump height is at 2.5, it'll display these at the left and right foot and play this little whoosh sound. So I'm going to copy and paste this, and this time we're going to put it at 4. We're going to change the spark, and you could keep it the same color, but in my experience, it's kind of hard to see. So I always change it to purple next. So it goes blue, purple, red. Then we want to change left foot to left knee, and right foot to right knee. And I want to keep this same sound effect because that shows that it's charging, but not finished yet. And let's copy and paste this again. And when this reaches 5, which is maximum, we're going to play a new spark. And this one is going to be red because this shows, hey, you're finished. You can't charge anymore. And this is going to be at left hip and right hip. And instead of this happy little whoosh sound, we're going to pick something a little more aggressive. This sound. There we go. So everything should be in order. Let's give it a go. So, walking around, no problem. And we can jump, and we don't see any visual cue, and the jump height meter doesn't change. It will sometimes, like if you press and hold it just a little bit longer. But, let's press and hold. Blue, purple, red. And that's maximum. So then, blue, purple, red. Let's get that from the front. So, I mean, you can always have your auditorial or visual cues however you want them, or not have any visual cues. Maybe you could put a meter at the side of the screen or something. It's up to you. Personally, the less meters I have on screen, the better, and the more visual cues, the better it is for me. It makes a more, I don't know, a prettier, simpler less complicated or convoluted game. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. I will be re-uploading this because my original version I didn't have my mic turned on. I will stop making that mistake, but thank you very much for watching. If this video helped you, be sure to leave a like or comment below. If you have something that you would like me to make a tutorial about, please let me know. I'd love to help you guys out. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys later.